A name so nice, we have to do her again? I'm pretty sure that's the saying. Hey, music nerds, my name is Chaz Hayden, and I'm an award-winning author that reacts to music from a literary perspective. This means that we're going to figure out whether your high school English teacher would have liked this song, and we're going to do that by grading it in 3 categories: creativity, structure, and storytelling. And today we have another Laufey song, Lover Girl. I already did her song Tough Luck, and I didn't know anything about Laufey until I reviewed that song, and I loved it. I loved the old-time vibes, and her fans came out in swarms, leaving me amazing comments, making me feel good, making Laufey feel good, I'm sure, and they keep asking me to review more of her music, and she just released a brand new song. Apparently, she's coming out with a new album, and I'm excited about that because I love it, and let's listen because I can't wait any longer.
The skyscrapers causing vertigo. The countdown begins in Tokyo. 27 days alone means 20 million ways to cope without you. I'm in a...
Jeez! Man, is Laufey single-handedly reviving an entire genre of music? I'm like, from the first note, that da-da-da-da, it just makes me so happy. And her voice, too, it just makes me so happy. But, the lyrics. Looking up at the skyscrapers, feeling the vertigo, she's in Japan, the person that she loves is somewhere else, and she has 27 days alone, 27 ways to cope with feeling alone or feeling the distance between them. When you have distance between the person that you love or you're in love with or have a crush on, your mind compulses over what they're doing, if they're thinking about you, do they know that you're thinking about them, what you're going to do when you get back together with them, and then instead of enjoying where you are, everything's just making you dizzy. The skyscrapers, looking up at them are making you dizzy. There's a countdown of in Tokyo, wherever she is, to whenever she can leave. In storytelling, and she has done a really good job at this, of all the songs I've listened to, she immediately identifies the personality of a character, and this personality of this character, or her in this situation, is head over heels for whoever the song is about.
Reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her. Quite the job you've done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind, I'm working overtime to have you in my world. Oh,
I love that line. You've been hosting parties in my mind. Instead of just having like a really basic saying like, I'm obsessing over you, or you're living rent-free in my brain. When you think about a party, you think about someone's dressed up. It's the best version of themselves. And I think that's what Laufey is trying to say. Like, the version of this person is the best version that she compulses over. She sees them in a social setting when they're free-spirited and they have personality. And that's how she likes to think about them, as the sort of rose-colored, maybe you're feeling a little bit good from having a good time at the party. I like that she uses different metaphors and analogies without actually coming straight forward. And that brings you in a really engaging and storytelling kind of way. In writing a novel, we call this adding voice, or giving personality to your character and to your writing. It's harder to do that when in a novel because you're not reading it. The author needs to provide personality in dialogue, or the way the monologue is written. In music, obviously they're delivering it, they're singing it, there's a human touch to it, but Laufey provides voice with the self-deprecating humor of this lovesick girl. She never thought she'd be her, kind of making fun of how head over heels she is for this person, and she's adding voice in all of these really interesting analogies and ways that she's kind of personifying her love or crush on this person.
what a curse it is to be a lover girl. Forced to get creative, wrote my feelings down. The independent lady in me's nowhere to be found. I can't wait another day to see you. How embarrassing to be this way. I'm in a reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her, quite the job you.
In terms of structure so far, I like in the verses how it's still the sort of, it's a 3/4 time signature. It kind of reminds me of, and this song you're fine in 3/4 time. It kind of has that same melody. I'm not sure if that's going against her. I don't think I can hold it against Laufey, only because she is really bringing forth an entire genre of music that we haven't heard of in almost 100 years. So I can't deduct any points for her using a bossa nova again, or this 3/4 time signature. But in terms of structure, I like how in the verses she sort of has this really down tempo, kind of monotone, almost like she's writing in her journal, like she's saying she has to find creative ways to think about this other person. And then in the chorus, she picks up again, it's peppy, we added more instruments, and it feels like I'm going through a little jaunt through a meadow, or I'm watching it in a movie, and there's like a montage of her, like, you know, wrapping fabrics around herself and just spinning around in a city, and then there's like shots of the other person, wherever they are. She really does a good job at painting a picture without actually providing specific descriptions, but the details are in the way she delivers the song, and in the instrumentals, and in the way that her voice sings the lyrics.
Done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind, I'm working overtime to have you in my world. Oh, what a curse it is to be in love. I wait by the phone like a high school movie. Dream at the shows, you'll come running to me. Think I see you in the wings, but I'm hallucinating. What a reckless fever.
Perfect. Now we know that's all in her head. And that's what I was saying before. The parties of this person are in her head, all the things that she's writing down. I kind of had that feeling that she's more in love with this person than that person might be in love with her, and she thinks about them more than they probably think about her. You're able to kind of assume that from the very first opening lyric. And then in this B verse, I like how we get darker with the instrumentals of her realization that this is a hallucination. It's all in her head, the feelings or the relationship. Maybe there really isn't even a relationship. And then the music goes, the music gets darker, her voice gets darker, everything should be working in sync, and she's doing that really well here in terms of being able to drag the story forward.
Love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her. Quite the job you've done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind, I'm working overtime. You've become my whole world. Oh, what a curse it is to be a lover girl.
Okay, another really fantastic song by Laufey. Her voice, like, separate whatever we're going to talk about next. Her voice is just so, it just makes you feel good. It just makes you feel cozy. And like, you know, I want to like drink bourbon and like smoke a cigarette, which I don't smoke. I hate smoking. But like, that's the way it makes me feel. Like, I want to, you know, put on like a suit and a tie and like some kind of old fashioned hat. Anyways. Let's create this thing. Creativity, I give it, I'm going back and forth on this. I'm giving it, like, it's a B+, but I'm going to give it an A- because it's a 3/4 time signature. Laufey loves doing bossa novas. What I'm worried about, though, is she is helping to bring forth a genre of music, this big band swing jazz from the early 1900s. You know, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Frank Sinatra. My worry with her repetitive song melodies and structure is that fans are gonna find her and they're gonna think that's how all music was back then. And I don't know, I'm just making a generalized assumption, and I realize that, but I'd like to see her explore a little bit because I have been listening to some of her music, and this song reminds me not only of some other older music I've heard, but some of her other music from previous albums. So creativity in terms of that, I have to duck, but in terms of her ability to write down lovesick lyrics and create this hallucination of a potentially fake relationship in her mind, I think she does a really good job. The lyrics remind me of something that Taylor Swift might do, but Laufey's done it better because the music actually matches the lyrics and they don't sound like two different ideas. And no hate to Taylor Swift, but her recent music, it just feels like the lyrics and the music are two separate thoughts and they don't match up. The lyrics and the music here work together. There are slow parts when Laufey's talking about how she's feeling. It rises up again in the chorus when she's in this dreamland of her envision or her fantasy of the person she's in love with, and it goes down again, showing her realization that it is all just a fallacy, made up fantasy relationship in her brain. And for that, I have to give structure an A, just a solid A. Laufey always does a really good job at song structure and making sure that instrumentals and lyrics and melody and time and tempo are all matching up with the storytelling. And then in terms of storytelling itself, I'm going to give it an A+. So she starts out by saying that she's in this foreign land, she's in Tokyo, different city, maybe even the person she's in love with is someone she bumped into on the street while she's there. And she doesn't even know them, but the excitement of being in this new area is making her fall in love with the city and making her fall in love with the people that she's seeing. But what I really love about storytelling is we're getting her feelings that she's a teenager waiting by the phone, she's waiting for this person to reach out to her, and then she's like, but wait, I think this is all just a hallucination. They're not real. Their relationship isn't real. And what she does really well in terms of storytelling on top of the lyrics is the music coming down with it. The I don't know about you. Someone in the comments, let me know in music when they go what that's called. I don't know. Maybe there's a name for it. But that's what I really liked about storytelling. It constantly is providing context into emotion, and then the personality of the character she's developed, and then there's a resolution, the realization that it's all fake. And she's quirky about making fun of herself. The self-deprecating humor of this lovesick girl, never thought she'd be her, making fun of she's a teenager waiting by the phone. It's just fun. It's a fun song to listen to, melodically and lyrically, and it's not pandering. I think love songs have a chance to be very pandering and patronizing, and they feel repetitive and redundant, and this doesn't feel that way. But most importantly, would your high school English teacher like this song? I think your teacher would say it's cute in like an endearing kind of way, and you would take offense to that because you really spend a lot of time on the assignment and expressing your emotions and opening up that you've created an entire universe and a relationship that doesn't exist, and you've laid your heart out on the line, and then the teacher's like, it's cute, honey. And you're like, cute? I don't want it to be cute. I tore my heart out and slammed it on this piece of 8x9 paper. And then the teacher would be like, yeah, but spill the tea. Like, who are you in love with? Who are you stalking? Who are you stalking? And then you go, oh, never mind. And you leave the room, and then you go have lunch, and like, I don't know. It's like chicken sandwich day, and like you get a Snapple iced tea, and you just feel a little bit better. That's kind of how this is. But it's a solid song. Anyways, if you're interested in what I write, please check out Diet Soda Club. and The First Thing About You. They are available anywhere books are sold. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really means the world to me, and leave a comment what you think about Laufey and Lover Girl, or what song I should react to next. You can follow me on Instagram at the Chaz Hayden. That's where I post pictures of my handsome face. In the meantime, be different, leave a trail. I see you.
I'm in a reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her.